I mean, all right, we good. We good. All right. So look, man, on to that topic, man. How
Hmm.
much does it cost? How much does it cost to get a haircut in Houston right now, bro? With them
My
bar
barber is 30. It's 30.
that's for the lineup or for the whole cut?
That's everything, hair included. 30.
He, and he's showing some love then. That barber is
Hmm.
showing a lot of
Hmm.
love, bro. 'Cause, man, listen, from what I hear, barbers down in Texas is cracking you over the head for the haircut, bro. I'm hearing 60, 80. You know what I'm saying?
No bueno. Nah.
But right now you said you just getting it lined up.
Yeah, I just get it lined up and I'll have him cut off. Like I'll just keep this and then cut everything else off and lined up.
So, so
That's
you
it.
ain't going back to the full beard. You gonna leave the full beard alone.
We'll see when winter comes, my brother. We'll see when winter comes.
Oh man. I was gonna say I mean the goatee, you know what I'm saying? The goatee is
Mhm.
coming back. From what I hear, the
Mhm.
goatee is coming back, bro.
Hey, I like to think I rock it well, so I've gotten some looks from it, so I
Oh
keep
man.
it.
Hey, hey, look, you gotta go with what works, bro.
Hmm.
You gotta go with what works, man. But I mean, cosmetics aside, bro. We I don't know. Is this fall? Do we consider this fall right now? I mean, technically, the first day of fall ain't till October, right?
That's how I normally go by. Either that or when the weather starts getting cool. Yeah, yeah. October 1st is normally considered the first day.
Yeah, and I mean, there ain't shit to look forward to, bro. Let's just get that right on the table right there. First things
I got
first.
a few things like, but as far as movies go, no.
All right, go ahead. What you looking? What is there to look? What you looking forward to for the? Because technically, the fall. I'd say this is fourth quarter of the year, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What are we looking forward to?
If not, we're heading into the fourth quarter of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, shoot, Bass Reeves, that Enzo Ferrari movie. Creation is it Creation or Creator?
Right, right. That comes
That
out
comes
next
out
week.
literally next week, I think.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to. I'm trying to catch that joint, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Other than
trying to catch
that,
that on Friday, bro.
Irrational, the show Irrational. It may not be good. It may not be prime time TV, but the show Irrational. Um, Other than that, I don't think there's anything else that I can think.
Mm, I mean, between not really having a lot of time,
Hmm.
bro. Like, man.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about Adventure Brothers.
Yeah, let's talk about that because I finished that movie. I
Yeah,
finished the movie
I
this
meant
week.
to message you about that. I meant to
Oh
message you
yeah.
about
Hey, yeah. Let's get
Marnock
into that.
finding out that he's a twin.
I
That
mean,
I mean, it seems obvious now, but like that there
right,
would be
right.
something like that.
So in the final episode, in the last episode was when they revealed that the two of them had a matching blood type. And the movie, while the movie was good,
Hmm.
it was good. It was everything that I missed from the
Hmm.
Venture Brothers. And I mean, it ended kind of on a high note to
Hmm.
where it felt like, all right, this is good here. That reveal didn't do too much for me. The novel, what really did it for me was just being able to see new content from that property. That's
Hmm.
really what did it for me, bro.
Hmm.
Um,
Is this the end? Did they say this is the end?
yeah, it's a wrap, dog. It's
Okay.
a wrap. It's
Okay,
it's
that's what I
over.
meant to ask you. I'm all like, if this is the end,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. It's not like the ending I would have wanted, but I will
Hmm.
take it. I quite enjoyed everybody, and I like old chick, basically Amazon like supervillains, kind of. Was she should have just kept that shit going and didn't say shit to anybody.
No,
Just kept
you're right.
the thing rolling. I'm all like, she getting a bunch of nobodies together, basically to be an elite squad without
Right, right.
and got people on their tippy toes, and she did it on some petty shit. I was like, fuck, man.
Right. But to me, and it's crazy you even bring this up because that's one of the things. The only like every evening with the little bit amount of time that I got, I'll get on HBO Max and I'll watch maybe 2 or 3 episodes of The Venture Brothers. And that's kind of on brand for that TV show in a way. Like they're really good at the cliffhangers that don't go anywhere, but still have a payoff in line with what the characters would be doing. It felt like they could have did more with that character that you were talking about. But staying on brand with the theme of the TV show, all of the characters on that show seem to have big ambitions. They appear to want more than what they actually do. So when the reveal comes that, you got this chick that basically is running a fake organization because she wants to be a part of the real organization, it makes sense in terms of what the characters on that show end up doing.
Art reflects reality.
Yeah, of course. But like the thing about it to me, bro, I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you because I can't say enough about the Venture Brothers, dog. But like, I don't know that there's been another kind of show that stuck with me from being a teenager into being like a full-grown adult the way that show actually did. Like once I got invested into it and realized like, damn, they're telling an entire story. Like I don't know that I ever seen an animated series that was telling a like serialized story like that before. I don't know.
We're really good in sometimes obscure pop culture references.
Yes.
I like old dude when they were going through the floating head, he was wearing the same. I don't know what movie it was in. He said it in there that Sean Connery did. Sean Connery did like a low budget movie where he basically wore a Speedo, that exact Speedo in the 70s or 80s, like right after Star Wars. And I like how they referenced that. And there was a whole bunch of other just really good, like if you know type stuff.
Absolutely.
And they've always been good with the if you know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah. Like it bothers me. The thing that bothers me about it though is that was such a hidden gem for so long, man. Like that was such a good fucking animated TV show for so long. And I don't see think pieces about it. I don't see articles or anything like that
there
about
are,
it.
But very, very, very few.
Yeah, like
very few.
I feel like that should have been.
Would you say they're top tier of as far as the OG Adult Swim shows?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right. I mean, it's the Boondocks and then the Venture Brothers. 1A, 1B.
Ooh.
Right there, neck and neck. Boondocks and Venture
Who gets
Brothers.
the third slot? I gotta ask.
Third slot. Ooh.
Come
on. The third spot would either be Aqua Teen, Hunger Force, or Home Movies. That would be the third spot.
Okay.
And I love home movies too. Like you really just put me under the gun right there.
Hey, I just want to know if Aqua Teen if those two were taken off the table, would Aqua Teen get in? So that's why I threw that in. Because Aqua Teen was that show for me, man. Like I was 6 years old when Adult Swim first came out, and watching Aqua Teen, not understanding a fuck what it was, but knowing that I loved it. And even as an adult now, I still love it with the same exact energy. So
as a purist, I would say home movies, but home movies never broke out into the mainstream pop culture. Like
that was a gem of a gem.
Yep, Aqua Teen Hunger Force crossed over. That was, I would say, in my opinion, during that golden era of Adult Swim, Aqua Teen Hunger Force was the first show to me that I think crossed over the mainstream. I think, as far as original programming that they had there, the Boondocks
from that block. Are you talking about from them or just?
I'm gonna say No, I'm gonna say from that early 2000s era, as far as original programming that Adult Swim put out, Aqua Teen Hunger Force was the first one that crossed over into the mainstream. Like that was the first original animated TV series that got a movie. That first horrible piece of shit Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie got a theatrical release.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
It shouldn't have realistically. I
No.
like how April Fools they fucked with us and played the whole fucking movie. The whole imagine if you had bought tickets before then and you watched that night only to actually see the entire fucking movie.
Yeah. So
they don't do shit like that no more.
Nah, because I mean it doesn't hit the same. I mean, I actually watched the Aqua Teen movie that was on there. It was pretty good, but that's what I would say there. I mean, the Boondocks is like that's Hall of Fame level television writing, at least for those first 3 seasons. And then, like I said, for me, the Venture Brothers is right there. If it's not equal to, the separation is about that much, and then Aqua Teen Hunger Force, bro. But okay. I'm glad you got to watch that movie. And
I was watching on the plane ride back.
Yeah, I'm glad you got a kick out of it because I feel like that kind of thing is missing now. We're not gonna get something like that again. Like it's never gonna come.
Not from them. I think we will. It will be a while. And I don't know who posted that Instagram, but old dude talking about indie films stepping up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Who's to say that won't happen again? I think it may be a while. We may not get it the exact way we want it, but I think something like that is poised to pop off again.
Because what I wonder about is like how do we get a show like Velma? I never watched it. I didn't watch a single episode of it, right? But supposedly a lot of people did not enjoy that show and were very vocal about it, right? Mm-hmm. But a show like the Venture Brothers was doing most of what that show was attempting to try to achieve 20 years ago in 2003. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, but to me, I look at it this way. What I loved about that show specifically is that the Venture Brothers gave you something to pay attention to, whether it was the dialogue, the animation, the comedy, or the story. There was always something that you wanted to come back to. There were episodes that really made you feel some things when they wanted you to feel them. To me, The Boys is like a live action version of the Venture Brothers, to me, in terms of the tone that they're trying to hit, bro. Like the Boys.
For the most part, I would say yes without the over violence. In fact, actually, more that you think. Now that you said that, if it wasn't violent, it would probably be Adventure Brothers. And if it was just a little bit more comedy based, it would probably be Adventure Brothers.
That's what it reminds me of, and just as far as like the tone and the way that they pull it off. But I'd love to see the guys that created that show do some other things, but I think they might be done, man. Probably I don't even.
So. If anything, they might ask us to watch it like over and over again. But that's.
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know what it took for them to make that. I'm sure it took a lot for them to make it. Like as I was watching the movie, the only thing that was going through my head was like, how much better would this have been if this was 10 episodes instead of an hour and a half? But we should just be happy that Warner Media at one point in time committed to kind of ending some of these Adult Swim TV shows that we came up with by at least giving them an hour and a half to do what they got to do. So I'm okay.
As they start breaking down the soundstage. Yeah, so like you got 1 minute.
Yep,
1 minute left.
A movie to round that out was a very pleasant treat. So now I can go back and watch the series in full, and then watch the movie, and feel like, this 20-year journey that I've been on with that show actually fucking counted for something, bro. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You don't always get to the finish line with certain things, man. But I don't think we're gonna see anything else from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That's a wrap.
I'm okay with it. I got enough episodes.
I never finished it. There's so many episodes to where, like, if I catch up to some of those later seasons, a lot of that stuff is like brand new.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there was something else that I was gonna ask you about here. Damn, bro, you got me. I marked out a little bit.
Hey, it's all good. It's all gravy, man. It's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. I need that as a t-shirt.
Yeah, that would, yeah, man. Listen. So my thing is, if I had more time, and let's say if you had more time, has there ever been a TV show that you never watched that you would like to have gone back and watched if you had the time?
Wire.
Okay, The Wire. Yeah, that was a quick answer, bro. I like it. Okay.
Because there aren't very many that I can think of. All the other ones are just old recommendations from people. Mm-hmm. Like New York Undercover. I was just talking to somebody last night, and I was about to put an episode on, and I tried twice, and it wouldn't load on Peacock. I was just like, well, guess watch something else.
Peacock dropping the ball, bro.
Yeah. What else? Maybe Walking. No, because I'm watching something else. I gotta link it to you. There's a guy who's gone back and watched all the episodes, and he's comparing the seasons to the comics. And I've been watching his rendition of the seasons, because I ain't fixing to sit through filler. I'm too old for that shit. Motherfucker, get to the point. And if there is character development, it better mean something. Ain't gonna be sitting up here walking around for three episodes in the fucking middle of nowhere while everyone is just crying. Nah, I ain't doing that shit. It's very little time.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, D. Smith. I think The Walking Dead got a bad rap. I think it got a bad rap, but that's just my opinion, bro.
Okay.
I think it got a bad rap, and it's easy, like, kind of looking back on it now and seeing what they're doing with it now that they're doing spinoffs with some of the main characters that were on there for however long the show was running. Like, going back and looking at it, I feel like AMC made some bad choices, but the good outweighed the bad.
Old dude was talking about the budget and how they didn't have a lot, so they had to be. And I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad. You got to make it work with what you got. Shoot, some days you're eating a nice turkey and ham. Other days it's just bologna. So
yeah. And The Last of Us. Did you get through that? Did you watch The Last of Us? Okay. The Last of Us was so good and got in and got out with every episode, to where there was no wasted motion in what they were doing there. So I think that show mesmerized a lot of people and kind of made them forget how good that show was, bro. You know what I mean? We got the director in the comments. What up, man? What up? He said, "What's new in the hood?" Oh man, and then he said the chopping block is real in wrestling right now. Listen, man. Hey, hey man. Hashtag chopping block, bro. My man said, "I wish I would have watched WCW during the Monday Night Wars instead of being a mark." Listen, man. Hey, we can't get in the time machine. That was a special era right there. That was a very special time right there. I mean, one of these. My bad. Go ahead, D. Smith.
No, I was going to say. Now, him saying that makes me pose a question to you now. If you could, if there was something, because back then we we didn't realize stuff could be saved, or we would
Mm-hmm.
want to save stuff for now. If there was something rare right now that you can go back and tape and hold because you couldn't get it anywhere else, would you do it right now?
Yes. Yep.
And what would that be? What would your tape be?
What would I carry over here?
Yeah.
Man, honestly, it would be physical items. Like there's a pair of like, all right, see, you got me in my bag here, bro. You got
Go,
me
go,
thinking
hey,
about
go.
how much shit we kind of fucked over a little bit. Like I had a pair of Air Force Ones. I had a pair of Michael Vick, but like this was right before
Oof.
right this is right before Michael Vick got caught up with the dog fighting bullshit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put him in
I got his jersey. I got his jersey.
yeah.
Still.
I'm gonna find these online and put them up in the group chat, bro. I found a pair of like Michael Vick Air Force Ones, bro. They was like they were like light like man like baby blue, yellow, and had like a blue gum bottom. And I ran them down the shit, bro. I didn't take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not really a sneaker guy anyway, but I can guarantee you these shoes they're not even being made anymore. I would have held on to those, but more specifically, it would have been the gaming consoles. I would have kept every
My
gaming console.
PS2. Definitely my PS2. My
Yep,
PS2.
I would have kept. I mean, I think the Xbox that me and my brother had got stolen, and the GameCube got stolen also. But I didn't have to give up the PS2. I didn't have to. I would have kept the Sega Dreamcast, and I would have kept the Nintendo 64. I would have kept all of that shit, bro. And I would have kept every game that I had for those consoles. That's what I would have carried over, dog. No, with the no corners, none of.
Oh, whoa.
Oh shit.
Okay,
All
I
right.
lost you for a second.
Yeah, yeah, we good. But yeah, I would have carried that over, bro. What about you?
Now that you said that, my Atomic Purple Game Boy Color and my Game Boy Advance
Man.
and my Pokemon Red and Yellow, both of them. Someday in the future, I will probably try to get a inbox Pokemon Yellow. I know it's gonna cost me an arm and a leg, but I'm gonna do it at some point.
Yep. Easy work, right?
Fresh mint. I want it mint in the box, minty, fresh.
Yep. No two ways about it, bro. That's them gaming consoles. I would have held on to those, bro, and I would have kept my iPod too. I think I have no clue what happened to the iPod that I had. I had an iPod Mini. iPod Mini.
Or Nano or Shuffle?
No. Because the Shuffle didn't have a screen. The iPod Shuffle, I had the one that had the screen. It was it the? Because it wasn't the original.
Nano. Then it's the Nano. Or was it the OG models?
No, I didn't have the OG. I had the first little slim one. I had the first little slim iPod.
All right, the Nano.
Yeah, that's what I would have kept that too. I would have held on to that because like that hit so hard, bro. Like once we went from having to have like a book of CDs with batteries and all of that
thing in your hand, literally.
Right. Because if you was playing basketball or doing anything that involved like running or something like that, you couldn't run with a CD player in your hand.
And it was so small, bro. It was like the Nano was like 10 CD players. Realistically, it was so paper thin. The only problem I hated was the battery life. Yeah, I know Steve Jobs was a dickhead and made that battery short as hell. If you had your brightness up too loud, you got 10 songs out. Never trade my game. Those greedy say games. Oh yeah, bro. I think I got my PlayStation for $30.
Fuck the consumer. Yep. I would have kept my PS3 also.
Yeah.
Yep. I would have held on to that PS3 also. But yeah, that iPod, I would have kept that. But you're right about that battery life though. But like that was such a game changer, bro.
Brutal.
That was such a game changer, man.
Hey, did you know anybody that had a Zoom? Because
No.
I know when I was in high school, there were a few people that had Zooms, and
Nope.
but they swear by it, bro. They swear that it was durable as fuck and was just as good, if not better. I almost wish I had one of those.
I mean, I don't doubt that it was durable, but no, I didn't know one person that had a Zoom. I mean, I knew more people. I mean, I remember iPod Shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember that, and I remember like other like little bootleg MP3 players. But no, I never met. I don't
Zoom.
remember meeting anybody that had an iPod.
Damn.
Or my bad, a Zoom. I don't know anybody that had a Zoom because that was by Microsoft, right?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Okay. Nope.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Don't remember that. And I mean, like, how did people get music on there? What was their way of getting music on there?
They had a store, but you could also get bootleg music.
What was it called? Like, what was the app
I
called?
don't even remember, bro. I don't even remember.
Cause
But
I
I know
mean,
they had a store because I remember they advertised it, and then they advertised it on Xbox Live quite
right.
often. But
What's
I heard it was open source, so it was almost like PC. So that means you could get it from anywhere though, and which is way better than Apple.
I think they just got beat to the punch.
Oh yeah,
They got beat to the punch on that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because back in the day, iTunes, you didn't have to pay for that, right?
As far as I remember, yes, but I came in much later when I got my stuff like way later in the beginning of the 2010s.
Because
The first one I had was a
brother,
shuffle. Was
okay.
the very first skinny white all white shuffle, and that shit was broken. So I went 2 years without another one.
Right.
And then at that point, I had switched over to the Nano and then a Touch. So, but you're probably right. You're probably right. Which that would have been really cool.
Right. Yeah, because from what I remember, when me and my brother first got our iPods, I don't remember. iTunes didn't cost any money, bro. Like what we were doing, we had our CDs. I mean, and this is kind of weird. This is one of those weird early 2000s.
They let you burn them onto there.
Well, yeah, but like that was a super redundancy. Yeah, that was like a super redundancy though. Like, because you were still spending your money on the CD and then just downloading the CD onto your iPod. Like, and then before LimeWire, you know what I mean? before LimeWire got shut down, like it was easy. You would just download the music on LimeWire, click and drag, and then just drop it onto your there. iTunes.
Simple as a motherfucker.
Yep.
Simple as motherfucker.
And download that shit onto the CD or onto the iPod. But I would have kept the iPod too, bro. But yeah, bro. Those are a couple things that I'd have carried over. Definitely, man.
Okay.
Because I mean, all of that stuff would still be functional. You could at least have like a valid reason. There's a valid reason for somebody to want to still have a gaming console. Oh man, what up, Gullah King Gaming, Blur dropping gems. Hey, shout out to Gullah King Gaming. I hope you hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean, fam? Whatever you doing tonight, man. Appreciate you dropping in and showing some love, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro. I don't know, man. You got me thinking about some shit here. But other than that, I don't know. Like, I think are you gonna go see The Creator? Do you plan on going to see that movie?
I do. I don't know if I'm gonna see it probably opening weekend or the weekend after. But most definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to catch it, man. Like there really isn't. I like the preview. It doesn't look like anything we haven't seen before, but it does kind of look like a fresh take on it, at least. You know what I'm saying?
I would agree. I would definitely agree.
I mean, I know y'all talked about Rebel Moon a little bit when Justin was on here, man.
Mid as fuck, at least by the trailer. We'll see. But first instincts, mid as fuck.
To be fair, I did a little research.
Okay.
Like the budget, they made Zack Snyder kind of stretch out the budget a little bit on that. They
Okay.
gave him it was about a hundred mil for two movies that they putting out on Netflix. So I'll be a little bit more lenient on that. But you said mid, bro, straight mid.
That trailer looked mid as fuck, bro.
It
It,
did
it, it
look a
felt like
little.
his own version of a Hail Mary to me, bro. Like
Oh
it's like
man,
this is all I got, and I'm all like, that's all you got?
it was
All
a
right.
little disappointing. It was a little bit disappointing, man. Because I'm
But maybe
actually
I'm
rooting.
hoping I'm wrong. I realistically hope that I am wrong because we need something new. And
Yeah.
if this motherfucker can get it, give it, whatever, let him have it. Shoot.
Have you
But if this fails for him, you think he's done? I think he's done.
uh I don't think.
And I mean if it's a complete bomb, not if it's not okay or gets received well later. I mean if it bombs, nobody likes it, is he done in your eyes?
I think for, I think that him partnering up with Netflix was in his best interest because
I agree.
success or failure of something like that. Hold on, man. What we got here? I'll get to that question in a second, D. Smith. Let me get to Donovan's question here.
Mhm.
Outlaw Johnny Black was more disappointing than Quantumania. The,
Damn.
the creator might
Yes.
close out theaters for me this year. Okay, hold on, Donovan. My question here, though, we got to be fair. We got to be fair in assessing this, though, brother. Outlaw Johnny Black, you didn't have expectations for that going into it. You knew that that was high parody, shoestring budget filmmaking, brother. Like, if we're comparing that to Quantumania, you know what I'm saying? The special effects budget for Quantumania probably cost more than the whole production for Outlaw Johnny Black.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, you got to get up here
I think
and
Michael
state your
J.
case at some point,
I think Michael.
Donovan.
I think Michael J. White. Yeah. If he said he walked out of there, he said he walked
Yeah,
out of the theater.
I need a clarification. I need a few rundowns, like
But
this thing, then this thing, then this thing, and then I walked out. I need some clarification
the
for
the, the
it
red
being that bad. Because Black Dynamite, we knew what we was getting into.
right, but the red flag. I think the biggest red flag for me though on that is that it was PG-13. PG-13 that killed it for me right there, man. Um, but back to your question here, and we got Donovan. Will always have get work and have prestige with his fans. I agree with that, and I think
All
that I
right.
think that was I think that was Zack Snyder partnering up with Netflix. It was smart because you can't really gauge a success or a failure with something that goes straight to streaming. They'll probably do limited theatrical release, but from what it looks like to me, going off of the quality of just the way that it looks, that was made for streaming. You know, I would not be surprised if in December when that comes out that gets pretty big numbers over the holiday weekend, over the course of Christmas this year. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets pretty good numbers there. I don't think Snyder can ever be done. I think Snyder will always have some type of cachet or credibility in terms of what it is that he's doing out here. I'm rooting for him, man. I'm
I
rooting for
am.
Zack Snyder.
I am, but that trailer was so bad. I'm like, bro, I wanted to turn to somebody and just be like, this is mid as fuck.
Look, okay. Speaking of trailers, what did you think of the Aquaman trailer? I was pleasantly surprised.
I was too a bit. I was too. I still ain't gonna go see it, but like, I mean, maybe if they ain't nothing else in December,
No, I
besides
mean,
Ferrari, because that's one I'm gonna go see that. But other than that, I'm like,
well, what I'll say is this here: the only real turnoff that for me was in there. I didn't like the CGI armor. I didn't really dig that.
mhm.
But other than that, I was pleasantly surprised in that it looked pretty good. You know what I mean? And it doesn't look like they broke out of what made the first movie a success. So anytime you see consistency, that's a good thing. I still expect it to be a Saturday morning cartoon. And that's okay because that's all they were shooting for in the first place with the first Aquaman. You mentioned, okay, did you see Gran Turismo?
Yes, I did.
I don't know if we really talked about that, but how was that? How was Gran Turismo?
First audience, they'll like it. Other people will find it just okay.
Okay.
That's why I could describe it. I like what little they did put in on the game, which was good. Now I just want a Midnight Club movie.
Man,
not gonna happen, but I would love a Midnight Club movie.
Man, it'd be nice to get a Midnight Club game out this motherfucker, but you know, Rockstar. Rockstar.
Did you see that video of that guy that got up at the gaming awards and just said, "Where's Rockstar? Where's Grand Theft Auto 6? I want Grand Theft Auto 6." I'm like, damn. At this point,
they probably had that guy. They probably had that guy whacked. They probably had him taken out, bro.
Nah, the guy they had whacked was the guy that hacked them.
Shoot. Oh yeah, he's out of here.
They showed his head to all the internet. And so, like, if any of you think of doing this shit again, remember this motherfucker. Yeah, we had the CIA, FBI, and MIB find his ass. Found his ass.
Yeah, they did. Like, they got him the fuck out of here. That was really the biggest event in game. Up until last week, that GTA 6 leak to me was like the biggest event in gaming. I mean, cause like, bro, for the last 2 weeks, it's been all about Mortal Kombat 1. Mm-hmm. It's my whole YouTube timeline is just filled with Mortal Kombat 1. It's good that people are invested in it. To me, at this point, being a casual gamer, I think Mortal Kombat 1 is the biggest game of 2023. In terms of
more than Street Fighter?
Absolutely. It might not be a better game. It's probably not a better game. I played the demo for Street Fighter 6 and had a lot of fun with it. Mm-hmm. But Street Fighter 6 is probably a better game than Mortal Kombat 1. But the hype for Mortal Kombat 1 to me was unmatched. That was bigger than any game that's come out this year. Any game that's come out this year, bro. And like, even from like the Mortal Kombat themed YouTube channels that only talk about Mortal Kombat, even though they have a lot of valid critiques as far as the way that it looks, and not necessarily the way that it looks, but just the way that it was released and what's not available right now. Mm-hmm. There are new videos pertaining to that game every day of the week, as far as leaks, all of that. That game just officially dropped last week. And every day last week, there were videos about leaks for DLC. I've never heard of a game being released 1 week and there's already people talking about what's going to happen with the DLC and fatalities for the guest characters and potential guest characters that haven't been announced yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I get that up. But Street Fighter 6 is probably a better game than Mortal Kombat 1.
Okay.
Yeah, most definitely probably a better game than Mortal Kombat 1. But yeah, bro, like, what the fuck, D Smith? What the fuck, dog? Like, that's all there is to talk about in gaming.
It's sad. Like, well, that and Starfield, hated or love it, Starfield. I've been seeing the advertisements for it. It looked all right. It looked like Mass Effect and Fallout, and then maybe Grand Theft Auto as far as like scaling, the idea that you can go to like different worlds and planets. And No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky.
Oh, what the fuck? And then we got Loki season 2, man.
When does that drop?
Sometime in October, I think.
Okay.
Have you seen any of the episodes of Ahsoka? Have you watched that at all? That has been a lot better than I thought it would be.
It does. I'm hearing half and half from people. People say it sucks, and then there's people saying it's good. It's
Oh
good, but
man,
you got it moves at a different pace.
we got Baldur's Gate 3 is probably the biggest game this year, but MK1 is up there in hype and mainstream playability. All right, I can agree with that. Ahsoka has been a lot better because at first I thought it was going to be kind of boring. Because, like my wife is a Star Wars fan now. So now I can't watch nothing without watching it with her. But as far as the action, us getting to see Hayden Christensen as Anakin and Vader, some lightsaber action, it worked. Everything that they've done to me with that show has worked because this is really the first Disney Plus series where we get to see extended Jedi play. With Obi-Wan, he wasn't really dealing with people who were on his level too much on that show. But like here, it's good that you get to see Ahsoka. It's good you get to see her apprentice, who's also a Mandalorian. We all love Mandalorians right now. And some real Jedi play and people fighting with lightsabers and using the Force and everything. Disney Plus has quietly done very well with Star Wars.
I would agree.
Very quietly. And I'm kind of mad that I didn't have time to watch Boba Fett because that just kind of snuck by me a little bit.
I liked it until they started adding the Mandalorian in. And
they didn't need him.
I turned that shit off. I was like, bro, what is this Mandalorian 2.0? Those 2 episodes were like, bro, why don't we just stick this in front of his show? He shows up to help him. Like they should have cut to where he comes to help him, and then he dips. Just like in the comic books, when someone is featured, you don't steal the show. You show up, you go, look at me, here's what I'm doing, come watch my show, and then leave.
I got one thing I'm gonna say, but let me address Donovan's comment here. Tekken 8 is gonna take over fighting scene. With Tekken 8,
without a doubt.
with Tekken 8, Donovan, the smartest thing that they did was push it back to 2024. There wasn't enough room for them to really get their shit in 2023. That was a great choice for them to push their shit back to 2024 because now when that drops, we get that 3D fighting game and we get a full display of what that should look like on a next generation console with crispy, technical based fighting. Man, Tekken 8 is going to be so fire, bro. Tekken 8 is going to be fire. All I need from Tekken 8, Donovan, I need them. It is time for them to get some Virtual Fighter characters in there in the DLC. And it's time for them to bring over some Dead or Alive characters as DLC. It's time. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now.
Add some more credibility right there. Get some of them Dead or Alive and Virtual Fighter.
It's time. It's time, bro. It's time.
Especially Virtual Fighter. They're cheap. Yes. They cheap as hell.
Yes.
Sega will happily like to get paid a little change. Oh, shoot. All I gotta do is hand you over these characters? Okay.
No, it's time. It is definitely time, man. Like, as far as them 3D fighters, Tekken is the last man standing. They were able to incorporate Akuma and give him gameplay that fit onto that 3D fighting plane. There's no reason why we can't get Dead or Alive characters in there doing counters and all of that, and Virtual Fighter characters doing them chain combos.
Do we still let them do the booby thing?
Yes.
Good. I agree.
Yes. I mean, they
That's
don't.
All I'm gonna say on it.
Yes.
Don't say nothing else. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
But back to what I was saying with Disney Plus and Star Wars. The smartest, I feel like informally they're retconning the sequel trilogy.
Yes. Don't bother me none. I just want them to get away from do new Star Wars. I really want Old Republic. I want Old Republic to be Game of Thrones. Like I want it to be that big. Like
Is is
tell us
is
all the stuff before any of the episodes. Like
I
I think it's like
know.
100 and
Mhm.
something years before it even
Well,
happened.
that show called The Acolyte is supposed to like kind of be set in the past of Star Wars, so it might be
It
along
better
those
be.
lines.
It better be dark, man.
I think it'll be along those
Because
lines.
the history of the Sith is very fascinating. And if they
I'm
fuck that
mhm.
up, I might turn into one of those people that sit up there and have like 30 days of complaining about Star Wars and all that shit. They fuck that up.
I don't think they'll fuck it up. I'm not crazy about the cast, but what they've been able to do so far in doing their own TV extended universe, I can respect it. I think the Acolyte is going to be on par with some of what they've been doing here because Ahsoka has been really good, a lot better than what I thought it would be. Man, I can't get him praise enough. But I think Andor is really what opened my eyes there when they pulled that off. Episode man, it might have been episode 5 or 6. I'm losing track of how many episodes that was because I finished watching
It's
it
fine.
earlier in the year. But like the funeral, there's a funeral sequence in I think the last episode of season 1 that was amazing. Like Andor is probably the best Star Wars show that they've produced, and that's saying a lot considering that Obi-Wan was pretty good and the Mandalorian kicked everything off too. But Andor to me was is probably the best show.
Did you watch Visions?
I haven't got around to watching Visions. I need to.
Visions is good. Um, Animatrix, but Star Wars. Best way I
I
can
need.
describe it. Season
I
two
need to
was a
get
little bit
around to
better
that.
for me because we got variety besides anime.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that continues on. Tell me good stories that takes place in the far away that has nothing
That's
to
what's
do
up.
with stuff over there.
I dig that. I definitely can get on board with that. I just got to make the time for it.
Wow.
Um, let's see what else. What else we got here, D Smith? So so look, man. We gonna take this a little bit left field here, man. Just a little bit left field. Let's take a quick detour here,
All
bro.
right, all right.
All right, so we're of a certain age where we've seen a lot of things come and go in
Mm-hmm.
terms of the way that we receive entertainment, the way we receive information, the way that we communicate with other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you had to choose between if you had to choose between getting your entertainment one way, let's say streaming one away tomorrow, would you be okay with that? Could you live in a world where there's no
Yes,
streaming?
yes. I say that with a straight face, brother. Yes.
Hmm.
What?
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Elaborate.
I don't watch a lot of TV, bro. Bro, I read with the free time I do have. I read comic books, and YouTube. I try to find stuff to watch, and I'll go on there and I'll be like, nah.
Okay. So you would be okay with going to the movies as your sole way or mean. Okay, because the way it used to
Yes, because
be,
I love going to the movies.
I do too. Me too. The way that things used to be was that we would all go to the movies, and if a TV show became a hit,
It
we'd
would get
hear
a
about it. We'd hear about it, but then it would blow up 2 or 3 seasons in. Season 1 would be the proving ground. Season 2 would pick up, and by season 3, everybody's heard about it, so now they're watching it, right?
Mhm.
That's the way it used to be when shows became hits in their
Mhm.
time. Your Breaking Bad, your Mad Men's, your
Mhm.
Sopranos, um, a lot of the shows that are hits that became all-time greats during the 2000s followed that same format, right?
Right.
If there's no streaming now, I don't know, bro. It'd be a little bit shaky. It'd be a little bit shaky if there's no streaming. What I'm gonna say is this, bro. I don't think I could live in a world where there's no streaming because I wouldn't want to pay for cable.
Mm.
If the alternative between apps and paying for cable TV, if that's the alternative, what would you know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Most definitely.
Because like I'm gonna say like around 2015 is when I joined the Air Force. I got married in 2015, and me and my wife, you know, we moved in an apartment together, right? We didn't have cable. We had Netflix and we had a DVD collection.
Which is the way some people used to do it.
That's what we had. We had Netflix, the DVD collection, and then when something came out that we wanted to watch, we was hitting up Redbox. But that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you going to the library and checking out the DVD set for a TV show. If that's the alternative,
sleep on that shit. People sleep on that shit. You can find some dope ass shit at the library. Surprisingly,
dog, that got me through my 20s, man. That got me through the community college era. Was spent at the library checking out DVD sets. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But if that's the alternative, hold on, and Donovan says no streaming, back to cable then. All right, but who's paying for that? I don't want to pay for that. But what's crazy about everything though is when Netflix better now, or was it better back in 2013?
2013.
Why?
No competition. Everything was on there.
Okay.
Because from I remember that very, very, very well. Like a lot of shit was on there. A lot of shit and stuff that I'm still mad about that I can't get no more. That's how I discovered movies. That's really how I discovered, like high school. What was it? 2011. I want to say it was 20. Yeah, because it was sophomore year. I went through Quentin Tarantino's whole catalog. Hadn't seen all his movies yet. I only watched like a little bit of Pulp Fiction. Watched all his stuff. Loved it.
All right, so hear me out, brother. I'm with you on that. But at first, I got to be real with you, bro. Mm-hmm. Before Netflix found their lane, what changed the game for Netflix as far as their original content was House of Cards.
Of course.
House of Cards was their tipping point of we're going to spend our own money and get original content. House of Cards changed the game for Netflix, period. Because that was where it was like, okay, there's something that's here that's good, and I can only see it here, right? Because at first I thought Netflix was like a library. I was looking and searching for shit that wasn't even on there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It took me a little bit of time to realize that I can't just watch everything on here, but I can watch most of what I wanted to watch. For me, I was watching TV shows on Netflix. The movies that were on there in the early 2010s was all straight to DVD bullshit, bro, that I never wanted to watch.
I don't think you was looking hard enough, or maybe you just saw more movies than I did. Because I was finding stuff that I'd never seen before that I wanted to watch.
But this was my perception of it. My perception of Netflix during that time and going to the movies as much as I did was none of the movies that I'm seeing in theaters are on here right now. All I'm seeing on Netflix are movies that are in the Redbox machine that I don't want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was watching Mad Men. That's how I discovered Mad Men on Netflix. Mad Men, House of Cards. Those were really my two first joints that I watched on there. And then it kind of progressed a little bit more than that. But again, no streaming. If we get rid of streaming, So the only app you would keep is Netflix. You keep Netflix in 2023.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe cable.
That's a tough sell, bro.
Maybe
That's a
cable.
that's a very very tough sell. Like I'm just saying, imagine paying for internet and cable.
I think I'll still go with cable. I think I might still go with cable. And we're talking about right now, right? Like this very moment. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think I'd go for cable. I turn it on for 2 hours, if that, a day. No, not 2 hours. It's maybe an hour and a half at best before bed.
Because if we keep it at a buck, if you're not gonna find nothing to watch on streaming, which I really have a hard time doing, there's a lot of stuff. I spend more time trying to find things to watch than I do watching them.
Exactly. And
Part of
I
that,
think that's a
mhm.
problem. No, that's a big problem that people don't talk about enough.
And part of it is that yeah, I'm leery of starting to watch a lot of things that are new because you know what I'm saying. My wife likes watching TV with me, but the other thing is it's a very daunting task to try to get into
Mm-hmm.
shit, bro. And the
Mm-hmm.
quality of a lot of this programming, I'm a snob, bro. I'm sorry, I'm a TV snob, dog.
I'm right there with you, man.
I
If
don't
if
want to
it,
watch
if it looks too
bullshit.
cliche, I stop now. It's like
I don't.
there's too many other can't like Simon Cowell from American Idol. Like, just hit the red button when you when you get sick of it and move on to something else.
Well, I don't want to watch bullshit. For
Yeah.
one, I, I don't. I don't want to watch bullshit. But like, it's hard for me to get into watching things on TV now because I don't want to make the commitment of time. I don't want to make the time commitment to it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really my thing there. But but yeah, bro. Like I kind of wanted to pick your brain on that because I'm I'm 50-50 on it because I feel like Netflix around 20 from 2012 to 2014, Netflix was on point, bro. That was peak Netflix, dog.
Okay. Most
They
definitely.
was they was getting the new movies on there. You know what I'm saying? The Marvel shit was on there. There was a couple
Mm-hmm.
Disney joints on there.
Mm-hmm.
Batman Beyond was on fucking Disney
Mm-hmm.
Plus. Justice League, Justice
They
League,
had a whole bunch of catalogs of TV shows.
Justice
I
League
was
was.
more. That's when I rewatched Rugrats and found out that it was ass and Doug.
Whoa,
That's
whoa,
when
whoa,
I
wait,
found out.
wait, 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 whoa, 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 whoa. What?
Other shows were better than Doug.
No,
Doug was
no,
good
no,
for
no,
when it first came out, but
no, no,
afterwards,
no. Wait. Hold on, D Smith. We gotta rewind that, bro. You just said Rugrats was ass? Cause you got that
it
off
it, it,
before. You
it,
said
it,
that before.
it's alright. It's alright.
D
When I
Smith.
went back and
Nah,
rewatched it, besides like the really good episodes, the show was alright.
nah, bro. We not
It's
doing
alright.
that.
I mean, it was
We
good
not
for its time and it was a smart idea through
D
the
Smith.
eyes of the baby instead of the adults.
D
That's
Smith.
interesting. But other than that, it was just okay.
D Smith. We not doing that. Yo, you said Rugrats was ass, bro. Donovan, I hope you still in the comments, bro. You just said, why was Rugrats trash, bro?
It just doesn't hold up to me as well as I thought it did in my mind. This is
Man,
personal preference. Personal preference. Rewatching the show when it first, because I was there when it first dropped on Netflix. I was like, oh shit, let's see. Same thing with Power Rangers. That's when I found out Power Rangers was way more cornier than I thought it was as a kid. I was like, damn, bro. I used to watch this. I still love
nah,
the action, but
nah,
some
nah,
stuff in
nah.
there was
No, D Smith. We gonna stay on Rugrats. We not worried. I'm not worried about Power Rangers. We staying on Rugrats, bro.
You say he ain't gonna let that go, huh?
Nah, bro. Come on, dog. You said Rugrats was ass.
I didn't mean it like that. I was being a little hyperbolic. It was
All
okay.
right,
It was
look,
okay.
man, listen, dog. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I fucked with Rugrats. Right? Yes, it was through the perspective of the babies, and it was a kid. It was a kid-friendly TV show, right?
Hmm.
But I have an appreciation for kid-friendly TV show. But it to me, Rugrats didn't dumb anything down though.
Hmm.
I liked Rugrats because nothing got dumbed down. It was a kids' TV show, but even though kids watched it, they didn't insult the audience at all. Like you weren't insulted by it.
I agree. I agree. It wasn't
But
like Dora the Explorer, right? Where there's just that
no,
one awkward moment where she talks to the kids.
come on, bro. Listen, come like I
I
can't
like
believe
that
that
too.
shit, bro. My man said, he said, that's where I learned Rugrats was ass. That's crazy, bro. Man, all right, but anyway, to be continued. You know, cartoon
Mhm.
versus. I mean, I think that might be a dope idea for the end of the year. But like, I remember in 2013, like I was watching Beast Wars on
Yep, that
Netflix,
was on there
bro.
too. I rewatched that and I liked it. I liked it as well.
You know,
The
so
intro is still fire as a motherfucker though with that electric
yeah,
guitar.
hell yeah, dog. So yeah, like there was a lot of things that hit early on. But I couldn't imagine paying for cable right now. I couldn't imagine that. The only app that me and my wife are actively paying for is Hulu. And like we almost out of here. Hulu
Hey,
was almost out of here.
did you watch that alien one?
That came out? Did that
Yeah.
already hit?
It said I saw an ad for it and I was like, man, I wish I had Hulu. That's gonna be
So that
going to. I don't know if I should watch that because when I get up in the middle of the night, sometimes.
that
uh,
already came out.
yeah, it's on Hulu now.
Okay, okay.
Supposedly it said streaming now. I saw the ad.
Okay. Then I
It
need
said
to I need
no
to
one's coming to save you or some shit like that.
I need to see that. I need to watch that.
I'm not a horror guy, but that makes me
Yeah, that
want to watch.
looks like well see what that looks like it's actually a good movie though. I
Yes.
was talking to like we talked about this before. Like the horror genre is the only genre of film I think that doesn't get held to the standard of having to be a good film to be profitable.
Exactly.
Because I still think there's only a handful of horror movies that are legitimately great films
Hmm.
instead of just being great horror films.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's a
Yeah,
separation
yeah,
there
yeah,
that gets
yeah, yeah,
made.
yeah. It's almost like they have a handicap and they're able to dismiss it or own it when it comes time for someone to
Super
call.
handicap.
It's all like, oh,
Super,
this movie's ass. Well, you know, it wasn't meant to be anything anyway. This movie's great. Well,
yep.
it was always meant to be that way.
Super handicap.
Hmm.
Super handicap,
Hmm.
bro. But I need to check that out. But yeah, we're about to cancel Hulu, dog. Like, hold on, man.
I
See,
need to get rid of HBO Max and
you gonna get
Paramount.
rid of the Oh, see, Paramount Plus, that's
Paramount,
crazy,
I'm
dog.
keeping only because of Bass
Because of the
Reeves right
Bass Reeves joint.
now.
Hold on.
I have not rewatched Goof Troop yet.
Hey, listen, like father, like son, they're always number one. Oh
Best
man.
buddies, best pals. In that deep, yeah.
hey, that Goof Troop game on Super Nintendo was hard, bro. That was hard. Oh my god, that Goof Troop game on Super Nintendo, that went
Mhm.
so hard, dog. But have you rewatched Goof Troop? So Donovan, you saying Goof Troop was garbage, bro? Is that what you saying?
No, he probably just wants my opinions. Because if I thought Rugrats was ass, he'd be like, "What do you think about
No,
Goof Troop?"
no, Goof Troop was fire, bro. Like, yeah, man, Goof Troop was fire.
I
Cause
haven't watched that. Damn, 20 years now. Fuck.
man, I'm trying to
It's been
remember,
like 25
dog.
years, I think, since the last time I even seen an episode of Goof Troop.
Hey,
Shit.
what was PJ's dad's name? What was his pop's
Shoot.
name?
Shoot, fuck. I don't remember.
Uh,
That's how long
season
it's been, bro. It's been
it is.
almost long enough that I've forgotten. Goof Troop, I only remember watching it on Toon Disney.
You can do far worse than Rugrats, bro. A lot of those cartoons can stay in the 90s and 2000s.
I agree.
Oh man. Stephen King said you have a horrible horror movie film, but only need two good scenes to have fans forgive you. Absolutely.
Oof.
Absolutely. 100%, bro. 100%. Um, because I mean, yeah, bro, like prime example. How is it that like there are two preeminent, I've never used that word in a sentence either. You have two preeminent horror film franchises in Insidious and um The Conjuring. And neither one of those is slowing down in steam right now. Donovan talking some shit right now in the chat. Winning Time getting canceled is a crime against
Oof.
entertainment. I agree. I
I still
agree.
haven't finished season one, and now
Listen.
I'm like, I don't think I need to.
Oh no. Hey, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that in there because we can get into this next thing here. Um, Winning Time. Winning Time was a very good show, bro. Like you don't have to be a sports fan to
To love.
appreciate what they did with that. But I think that's a casualty of the new process of streaming now. The standard practice in streaming these days is you get two seasons. You get two
Be thankful
seasons.
for that, and
Yep.
just move on.
You get two seasons and then we gonna pull the plug. Man, Winter Time is such a good TV show, bro. Like, and I wish that it wasn't like that because if this was 2005, Winning Time would be guaranteed to get 5 seasons on HBO.
Oh, most definitely. Prime time
That's
television. I would be prime time television without
that
a
that
measure of a doubt.
right. Like that's a show that would be on long enough for people to say it shouldn't be on anymore. You know
Hmm.
what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, there's so many shows like that just don't get the legs, bro. The Goofy movie did more harm than good.
Wait, what?
I need to hear more. Did more harm than good for fan appreciation and Mickey. Dog, Mickey ain't had nothing to do with that, bro.
Right, right. That movie I have seen recently is still holds up without
Hey,
a doubt.
hey, man, season 5 of Atlanta did like
Oh,
they did
yep.
like a fake
Go,
documentary on the Goofy movie. That shit was beautiful. That
mhm,
mockumentary they did on the Goofy movie was beautiful.
mhm.
Oh man. But my man, let me put that back up here. He said did more harm than good for fan appreciation of Mickey Mouse. I need to hear
What does that
more.
mean? What
I
does
need to
that
hear
even
more on
mean?
that
In
because I,
appreciation of Mickey Mouse. What the fuck does that mean?
I mean, don't get the extremely goofy movie. We're not gonna talk about that.
It
We're not
wasn't
gonna
that
talk.
bad. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. It
I
wasn't
still
that bad.
got the VHS. I still got the VHS,
Hold
man.
on to that shit, bro.
I
I'm
still got
mad
the
that I threw away
VHS.
my Toy Story, my Buzz Lightyear TV show.
Oh, you
Um,
fucked up.
fuck, what else? Cause I'll tell this quick story. I had an uncle, bro, who worked at Pixar during the golden age, and one time I got to go up there, and for like the last 3 weeks, I've been asking like myself, why didn't I ask them for a tour while I was there? While I was there at the go, like this was right before Monsters Inc. came out. Before Monsters Inc. came out, we were there for like 2 hours. Didn't bother in my little head to ask, could we get a tour? Ugh, killing me, bro. Killing me. Killing me.
Hey, man. Listen, man. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, bro.
Oh, yeah.
But damn, you got me. I lost my train of thought, man. But
My
but
bad.
yeah, like no, because even with the writer strike being what it was, I picked up on a couple things here that I
Mhm.
that I noticed, right? So now what CBS and Paramount are doing on Sunday nights, they're re-airing Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. I saw that advertisement. when I was in California. I'm like,
Yep. And that's a good idea. I'm not mad at it
most
because
definitely.
that's a pretty popular show. And the ratings on Yellowstone are insane on cable TV right now. 7 million people, average of 7 million people are still watching Yellowstone on cable TV right now.
I would like to personally interview them and ask why,
Now,
but
listen,
you know,
I mean, look, in terms of non-woke television, Yellowstone isn't that bad. Yellowstone, I can't knock Yellowstone. I
hey,
am a fan of Yellowstone.
okay.
I'm a fan of Yellowstone, but I got an understanding of it. Like, I like Sons of Anarchy. The creator of the show acted on Sons of Anarchy, and his head writer wrote for Sons of Anarchy. That show kind of reminds me of Sons of Anarchy. It does. To me, it reminds me of it a little bit.
Okay.
So I don't mind it.
Okay.
But yeah, bro. In this current era of TV, you get 2 seasons and then you out of here. And that's it. You know what I'm saying?
It's breaks.
That's it, you know. I mean, there's a reason why HBO is there's a reason why they're not giving us House of the Dragon every year now. There's a reason why they're
Yeah.
taking
You told me that they're gonna starve y'all for a little while,
Yep.
make you
All right, hold
starve,
on.
and then throw the piece of meat out there.
Yep. And then you're gonna be fiend out because
Mhm.
now I'd be willing to bet. My bad. Before I get to your comment, Donovan, let me get this off here. Even the most popular shows on TV don't even get 1 million views when they air. They don't even get 1 million viewers anymore. Like Succession, which to me was the best show of 2023. Not a single episode of that show got over 1 million views or 1 million, not views, but over 1 million viewers for any singular episode during this final season. So there you go. Hold on. Here we go. All right. Goofy took over for Mickey Mouse for the millennials. Mickey Mouse seems superficial in comparison to Goofy trying his hardest to be a father.
Oh, never thought about it
So
that way, but you ain't
yeah,
wrong.
okay. So what you said, Donovan, is that during the 90s, Disney should have made a movie around Mickey Mouse being an actual character. That's what you're saying.
Probably so.
They should have done that. I agree with
Yeah.
you. I agree with you. He said, play Powerline at a convention full of blurs and watch what happens. Man, that's probably
Oh,
like, if I had to
sit
compare,
out.
yo, that's probably like playing Journey in a bar in fucking Boston somewhere, bro.
Oh hell,
That's probably
bro.
that's probably like playing that or Sweet
Oh hell.
Caroline at Fenway Park.
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying?
ooh, ooh,
All right, we
ooh.
got. He said Succession and The Last of Us is gonna go blow for blow at the Grammys. The other shows are gonna get the crumbs. Yeah, The Last of Us is gonna sweep every category. I don't think, but I agree with you on that. And it's fucked up because Better Call Saul ain't winning shit. Even and hey yo, why? Okay, why does the Emmys nominate shows for 2023 that ended in 2022? I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand that. But yeah, The Last of Us and Succession are gonna win every category that matters this year at the Emmys. Something that The Walking Dead never got the opportunity to do, but that's neither here or there. That's neither here or there, right?
Mhm.
But he said, play Powerline at a convention full of blurs and watch what happens. Donovan, I'm gonna guess that it's gonna get very emotional. It's gonna
Mhm.
get very emotional if you play Powerline at a blurred convention, bro. I'm gonna bet on that, man. My man said Mickey Mouse. Like, hey, they should have made a movie with Mickey. They should have made a movie. They should have made a movie where Mickey
Mickey goes
is.
camping.
They should have made a movie about Mickey being a regular day-to-day guy and getting married to Minnie Mouse. They should have did that when they had the opportunity.
I guess, because I'm thinking to myself like the whole thing is he's kind of become a generic thing that's just fond enough that like because it's like what does Mickey do?
Nothing.
What does he do overall when you think about it?
Absolutely nothing.
It's almost like he just puts costumes on and he becomes
Yep.
insert thing. Today I'm a conductor. Today I'm a handyman.
Today I'm a
Because
Jedi.
I got a handyman hat on that says handyman and a wrench in my hand.
Today I'm a
So
Jedi. Yeah, they should have
right,
gave
right.
Mickey.
He's always just like generically like imposed on other stuff.
They should have gave him a real setting. I mean, look, in the extremely Goofy movie, I mean, Goofy was fucking riding a skateboard, taking college classes, bro, as a single father. What? Hey, hold on, man. Like, you know what's wild? Like, Goofy worked at a photo studio, right? That was
Yeah,
his job in that movie. Him and PJ's pops both worked at the
Pete. I
photo.
think it's just Pete.
Yeah, Pete. You right. You right. Him and Pete worked at the photo studio, right? On that salary that Goofy was making at the photo studio as a single father, my man had a station wagon and a house.
In a
On
nice
on.
neighborhood. In a nice neighborhood too.
Yo,
What?
yo, and could afford to take Max on a fishing trip every summer. Every summer, and this little nigga wants to get in trouble at school, bro. Fuck out of here, man. and Max wanted to try to be a thug at school, bro. Fuck out of here, man. That's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, but I think you on to something there, Donovan. You definitely on to something there,
It's
man.
just like Friends. Like, how could they afford to live in that old apartment? Everyone makes that joke of how the fuck they could afford to live in that apartment in that New York at that time.
Yeah, you right. But damn, see, I like when we can just get sidetracked and you know what I mean, just talk about whatever, bro. But I mean, Disney Plus is a good app. It's a quality app. I mean, that bundle kind of killed Hulu. There's no reason for anybody to have Hulu. All right. He said the mouse has become generic, collects checks at this point. You're right. And I'm okay, but to
I
be
agree.
fair, Donovan, okay, on the Warner Media side of things, like who's the mascot for Warner Media? They don't do anything with the Looney Tunes that matters. Nobody cares
Not
about the Looney
anymore.
Tunes.
I again, it goes back to what y'all said. I think they don't want to fight because I know for a fact if they did Bugs Bunny right, he would come out swinging like a motherfucker. If they did
Okay.
Bugs Bunny right,
Okay, what is right? How do you do Bugs Bunny the right way? What is
relatable, funny, tough, agile, everything he is, bro. Slick. One word, slick, slick.
a slick Bugs Bunny?
Yeah,
Because all right, let's keep it a buck, D Smith. How many times? How many times have the Looney Tunes been rebooted or tried to be revamped or modernized? When we were kids, we had
I'm
the
about to say,
Tiny Toons.
where, give me a time because I can
Okay,
tell you if
and
you
the,
give me between what time.
all right, well, look, in the '90s, you had Tiny Toons, right? Those
Yeah,
were like the knockoff, off-brand versions of those characters because the licensing or whatever, you weren't going to be able. I don't think Bugs Bunny or any of those actual characters that the kids were portraying were on any of those shows, right?
right.
I don't remember the names of any of those characters on Tiny Toons.
I remember
I remember
one.
Montana Max. That's the only one I remember. The only one I
Discount
remember is
Donald Trump. Uh, uh, all I remember was the Tasmanian Devil one because his name was Dizzy. That's the only reason why I remember him.
all right. So they tried that. They tried that when we was kids. Um, Space Jam, obviously, Space Jam was a
Space Jam works.
phenomenon.
Space Jam worked. In
Space
fact,
Jam
I think
worked.
Space Jam is the only reason why people know them now. Being realistically honest,
I mean, you never watched Looney Tunes?
I of course I did, bro. But I mean, outside of our demographic,
Okay.
I really think it's just Space Jam because through their parents showing it to them probably 1,000 times. Space
Well,
Jam.
look, and then I remember around 2013, 2014, Cartoon Network tried to do the Looney Tunes show where
Mm.
all of the characters were just like living as regular
Sein-
people. Like they all had jobs and shit like that.
Seinfeld, bro. It's a show
And it
about
was
nothing.
and it was interesting, but like that shit wasn't gonna last, bro. So like where the fuck is Bugs Bunny at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Man, look, all right, next topic. Will they let Majors become free for Loki season 2 and the MCU? I think that very quietly, this is my take on this here, man. I think that Jonathan Majors is going to be okay.
I think so
He,
too. It'll take
he's
a
gonna
little while longer though, but I agree.
he's gonna he's I think he's gonna be okay in terms of him still being able to work and be in Hollywood, but the trajectory that he was on to become that next leading man, I don't know if that's gonna happen for him, bro. But it might take a while. Like you said, it's gonna take a while. You'll see. We're gonna still see Jonathan Majors, but we're gonna see him as the second man from the top. He's not gonna be the first man. He's not gonna be the headliner, bro, like he should have been because of what happened. They're gonna let him live because again, that's neither here or there. What happened, what didn't happen, that's neither here or there. But his opportunity at being the man, at being that guy that you see popping up everywhere, that's not gonna happen. Like he was on Jamie Foxx's heels for a little bit there, but that's not gonna happen, bro.
Mm.
He's gonna be in Loki season 2. He's gonna get that push in the MCU, but everything outside of that, I don't know. And Magazine Dreams, is that still coming out?
What's that?
Oh, that was like Magazine Dreams was like him as a bodybuilder. Like when he bulked up,
Oh,
like he was supposedly like that was supposed to like get him some Oscar consideration. But I
oh,
don't even know if that movie came out or
no,
not.
no,
Like
probably
for
not.
real. For real. Like that was supposed to be the one that was gonna put him over the top because of the physical transformation that he went through even more than what he did with Creed 3. But I don't think that movie's gonna get that big wide release like that. Donovan knows what I'm talking about. But I think he'll be okay. But when is the Kang Dynasty? When is all that shit supposed to come out anyway?
I stopped caring. Until at least, oh, I like that laugh, that little sinister. Bah. I don't care right now, man.
I don't either. I mean,
Until they figure this stuff out, they ain't nothing to it
I
because
think
everything's
Loki
just gonna get
season.
shifted.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to talk over you, brother.
No,
My
no, no,
bad.
no. That's it. That's it, bro. Go.
When you say shifted, what do you mean?
Um, things are gonna get shifted. The things are gonna get canceled. They're not doing Ironheart anymore. So
Very good.
which was
Very
good.
good.
Now
Very
they need
good.
to cancel that Wonder Man because we don't want that shit. Let's be real. Take that shit off.
Yeah, they got to
The
rein it
actual
in a little
hardness
bit.
shit need to go too, but that's not gonna happen.
Nah, that shit is out of there, bro. They not doing if
I hope
unless
so.
it drops on unless it's
I'm
like a
stupid.
Halloween release.
She looked like a discount member of the girls from I'll stop. I'll stop.
No, there's not a lot of mileage that you can get out of that. You can't get there's only so much. It, I mean, look, I think that man, look, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna say this here. Hickman on Miles Morales. All right, we're gonna get to that in a second, Donovan. I think that and I need more insight on that as well. But I think with the Disney Plus joints, there was initially when WandaVision hit, when Falcon and Winter Soldier hit, and Loki season 1 hit, That was the perfect trifecta to restore the feeling and remind you of how good things were prior to that. That
Mhm.
second wave of TV shows with Hawkeye, Miss Marvel, and She-Hulk did not live up to a lot of people's expectations.
Mhm.
And that diluted the brand of what we were getting in the movies. That, in conjunction with a lot of things that were out of people's control, such as, Wakanda Forever moving forward with their production, and a lot of the inside baseball kind of things, Black Widow being released towards the middle to end of the pandemic. Now they got to rein some of that shit in, and I think that's a great
Mhm.
idea. They need to do that.
Mhm.
They need to rein some of that stuff in. If Disney Plus is going to do anything that has anything to do with the MCU, it needs to have stakes and it needs to matter. At this point, even the Daredevil TV show, leave it alone. Don't do it.
Ooh, ooh.
Leave it
I
alone.
still want that, man. I still want that.
I
But
want it too, but if it doesn't have any stakes, leave it alone. I'd rather see Daredevil. I'd rather dying off of the legacy of that TV show and that cameo and No Way Home forever,
okay,
knowing that they crossed
I
over
can
that
feel you on that.
that threshold. And Deadpool 3 is where I check out. I said that for the fifth time now. Hickman on Miles Morales. Let's go. Um, Donovan, let me answer your next question before answering that question. Oppenheimer grossed $900 million. What's next for the Nolan Knights? All right, let's address this right now. Have you seen Oppenheimer, D. Smith? All right, give me about 2 minutes to go off on this. I'm gonna say this here. I went to see Oppenheimer in theaters. I'm not gonna watch 5 movies that are better than Oppenheimer in the year 2023. That's an undisputed fact. I will not watch 5 movies this year that are better than Oppenheimer. Do I wish that it was not 3 hours? Yes, I do. Yes, I wish that it wasn't 3 hours. Um, will Cillian Murphy get nominated for an Academy Award? Yes, he will get nominated for Academy Award. Should he win? Probably. Um, did Christopher Nolan prove his point that you can make a movie about a smart person, about science, about all of these things, and people will watch it? Yes. Point valid proven. As a black man going to see a movie with an all white cast, I didn't feel alienated. I didn't feel anything like that. For this to be a rated R movie with the most awkward sex scene this side of 300 Rise of an Empire, it still worked. You got to see the titties, but you also had to feel bad about seeing the titties. You had to feel guilty about seeing the titties, bro. It wasn't gratuitous titties. It wasn't. It wasn't. You got to see Florence Pugh the way you always wanted to see her, but it came at a cost. You had to pay for that, bro. You didn't get to feel good about that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
The bomb, like Donovan said, I think that, you know, if that's what you were going to see it for, you probably should have kept your money and looked at that scene on YouTube. It was a great exercise in filmmaking and all of the aspects of acting, filmmaking, all of the things that a purist wants to go see. The $900 million receipt attached to that just means that there's still an audience for that. And Christopher Nolan is probably the only director that can reel in $900 million about a guy that doesn't even get taught in American history.
Mm.
That's all I got to say about that. Top 5 movie. I don't know if I need to see it again, but it was a great movie, no less. All right, Hickman. Hickman on Miles Morales. Give me some background. What's going on there?
Oh, dog me.
Yeah, what's going on there? I don't know too much about what's going on with
Uh,
Miles
the,
Morales.
I guess they're about to have the Ultimates come back, or they had just a series with the Ultimates, and Ultimate Spider-Man is supposed to be coming back. Comics are going through a thing right now where they're trying, things aren't working out, and they're trying to throw shit at the wall to see what sticks. So, and that's one of the things that they're trying to do. Hell, they're
So
about to make Black Widow have Venom, and they're also about to bring back Superior Spider-Man, which I am excited for.
okay. So what is it in comics that's not working right now? What's not working?
A
Yeah, let's
lot.
get to that. No. Let's get to that. We got about 30 minutes here. Let's get to that. Florence Pugh, but hey, listen, man. Hey, if let's get to that. What is it that's not working in comics right now, D. Smith? Let's not sugarcoat nothing. Let's get to it, man.
Really?
Yeah, let's get to it. Why? Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Failed ideas. Ugh. I hate saying this, wokeness. Really, it's just a lot of LGBT stuff. Yeah. See, hey, you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead.
I can stop.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
That stuff isn't working. That stuff isn't working. A lot of people are angry at the industry for allowing that stuff to just run with it, and they're not telling interesting stories. They're not telling a lot of interesting and compelling stories that aren't working for folks. They aren't doing anything interesting or good with the characters for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it. All the things that they've been rambling about, it's only getting worse. And companies are starting to bleed money, apparently, because I just heard something about IDW losing money, a lot of money.
So with the return of the Ultimates, with a Black Widow symbiote kind of thing, to me that sounds like 90s comic books. That sounds like,
bro, it does.
But that's okay. If the intent behind doing some of these things is to get people interested in buying the books, it is okay to do that. It's okay to do that. Like the comic book medium, I think this is where things got fucked up at here, bro. Right? And I mean, we did a video on this here. It's not about politics in comic books, because I don't get into that. I don't care about that debate, right? If you want to read something that's profound, that makes you reflect on what's going on in the real world, there's a lot of things that you can read to be able to do that. If that's your twist, you can find that on the comic book shelf with no issues at all. But at the end of the day, the entire purpose behind what they're doing, they're trying to tell stories to sell books. If a Black Widow symbiote is what needs to, if that's what they need to sell books, sell the fucking books. You know what I'm saying? If the Ultimates need to come back, make that happen. But it's funny because in the 2000s, didn't everybody not like the Ultimate kind of thing like that?
They only, as usual, they only like Spider-Man, and some people said they like Ultimate X-Men. Everything else was ass. From what I got told.
Ultimate X-Men was very confusing, bro. I didn't understand it at all. I didn't understand it at all. The Ultimates with the Avengers, that was cool because that set the baseline for what we got now. But
yeah,
Ultimate Fantastic Four, nah, bro. Nah. Nah. That doesn't work for me, bro. And I mean, that doesn't work for me at all, bro. And Jonathan Hickman, man, I said what I needed to say there, man. I said what I needed to say there, bro. Like, my feelings on that ain't gonna change, man. The Hickman effect, I feel the way I feel about that, bro. But DC Comics ain't doing shit right now. I think they're pushing the dark metal joint right now, right?
No, some Dawn of some bullshit, whatever that. I see it when I go in to pick up the few books I do buy. I see it and I just go, "Oh, that's nice."
Dawn of some bullshit. Oh man, dawn of some bullshit. Hey man, listen, it is what it is. I think that the bubble is kind of bursting, man. We're coming down.
It is quietly. Like some guys I listen to, they're talking about how a guy just spent 9,000 on a 4.0 Incredible Hulk, and they were just laughing at him because he outpaid so much for it. And from what I've been told, like right now, the market as far as like reselling is drying up and drying up and slowing in some areas. It's growing in others, but I don't know what's going to happen when all the older people get old and the golden age. What I mean is like particular comics. One thing that has been happening is modern books are selling. Modern books that people are looking for are selling, but golden age stuff is starting to come, or older books are starting to come down.
Well, this is why.
Even when I go to the even when I go to like cons and stuff, I see a lot of golden age stuff, and I'm all like, these prices are going to start coming down on a lot of these books soon.
Okay, and I think this is part of the reason for that. I think this is my opinion on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 30 years ago, when this whole speculation bubble was at its peak, there was somebody else that told you why this was valuable, right?
Mm-hmm.
People who weren't reading comic books were investing in these because they wanted to make money off of them, right? Now the industry on its own doesn't treat these golden age books as being valuable anymore, because those stories that you could only get in that issue number 1 have been retold 10 to 20 different times.
Oof.
You know what I'm saying? An
Oof.
issue of 30 years ago, that issue of Detective Comics number whatever was valuable because on print, nobody was retelling that story. Like nowadays, you could find a different version of that Detective Comics issue number whatever written by a different author, and it doesn't mean shit anymore. Mm-hmm. Like you might get a panel for panel update of something that happened a long time ago to where it devalues even caring about what happened in that book.
Mm-hmm.
The reason those books were valuable during that time is because what happened in the books was valuable during that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's my theory on that. What do you think about that?
No, you're right. You're right. Most definitely.
Because
at this point,
because
at this point, really, realistically, I say in another 10, 20 years, those books will all be in the dollar bin, or at least 80% of them will be. The only thing I see holding up any value is Spider-Man. Spider-Man's not going down in price.
And I mean, the other part of it is that the superhero genre now has become almost too bankable now, to where I don't need to read Old Man Logan when I can watch Logan. I don't need to read Amazing Fantasy number whatever when there are Spider-Man movies coming out. I don't have to read Ultimate Spider-Man when I got 2 all-time great movies about Miles Morales. I don't have to do that shit no more, bro. Like, the market now is giving me what I want without me having to commit as much time and money to it. You know? But meanwhile, issue number 1 of The Walking Dead 4.0 is still going for $10,000.
Damn, for 4.0?
That's still $10,000. There was a comic book shop in Minot, North Dakota.
Damn.
I'm sure Donovan can attest to this.
4.0 is ass.
No, my bad. What's the highest? My bad. I'm sorry.
The highest grade is a 9.8. My bad. Because when you say 4, that means is basically destroyed.
My bad. Correction. To the purist out there. Like a mint condition issue of The Walking Dead back in 2018 at a comic book shop in the middle of fucking nowhere in North Dakota was $9,500. $9,500. $9,500.
Outrageous, but I agree.
for issue number 1 of The Walking Dead. No. There you go.
At some point though, that price is gonna fall.
Well, see, this is the thing though. I think, and I mean, we might disagree on this. I think that the devaluation of these books is specific to the superhero genre. I don't know if it's specific to the industry as a whole. That's my take.
Okay.
All right. Superhero movies on downstream is fucking up the spec game. I mean, that's true too. I mean, I don't disagree with that.
Let it fall. I'm still looking for that blue Marvel, man. I gotta get that baby for at least 100, maybe $200.
Well, all of these, everything that we've been talking about here factors into all of that stuff that was mentioned there. $900 million for a movie like Oppenheimer is amazing. Don't get me wrong. That's amazing. That is a super accomplishment. I think it means a lot more in 2023 that our highest grossing movies were Super Mario Brothers, Barbie, and Oppenheimer. To me, that means a lot. But that doesn't mean that just because Guardians 3 did 800 or whatever that did, or Wakanda Forever did 800 last year, I don't know if that means that these movies are on a downtrend. I think that it's more reflective of the general public needs that big event. We can't treat all of these movies like they're an event anymore if it's not actually an event. You can't pump fake air into something to treat it like it's an all-time event when it's not.
I like how you did that.
That's my take on that. Hot air is hot air. I still think Guardians 3 was a great movie. The new norm, the new metric that I think we need to set for these superhero movies is $800 million. That's the new threshold. We can't hold them to that $1 billion mark anymore.
Okay.
That's a little bit unfair as consumers and people who are looking into, everything that's going on here. $800 million has to be that threshold there. I mean, fuck. In 2014, the highest grossing movie of that year was Age of Extinction. Age of Extinction was not a better movie than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Not even close.
No.
So, yeah. But anyways, bro, what we got on the way out, D Smith? What we got on the way out, brother?
I don't know, man. That's all, folks.
Oh, look, I'm gonna say this, man. Like, it's hold on. He said, there we go. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get this on the way out. What do you like about Blue Marvel? Do you want it to become the story or the value? Give me a background on Blue Marvel. Let me get a background on Blue Marvel.
Adam Bashir, Blue Marvel, superhero during the 60s. He gets his powers from a freak accident during the military, and he basically becomes like Superman, like which they should tout him as Marvel's Superman definitively. But anyway,
well, you know why they didn't do that.
Of course. but back to telling the story. He fights does the superhero thing until one day he reveals his face because his mask gets destroyed, and then the president asks him to step down, and he does. And then many years later, he basically gets back into the game, and then he's just been pushed off to shitty books. Well, besides the Ultimates was good when he was basically team captain on that.
And so far, the Blue Marvel has only made one television appearance.
Oh, he has?
I have no clue.
I have no idea. I have no idea about my own damn self.
Some TV show called Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur.
I'm gonna look into that.
I have no idea what that is.
It's about a girl from somewhere in the city. I want to say New York. She has a devil dinosaur and she's super smart.
Okay, and it's premiered in February 10th of this year. Look, I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck with you, bro. If that's the only appearance of Blue Marvel since 1960, nah, brother, that's not gonna work for me, brother.
He's had other appearances, but that's his first, and probably in the cartoon.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, so like with that character in particular, what could be done with that character to make him an important figure in where we are right now?
Stop handicapping him and give him his own story. 5-issue miniseries where he stops something from happening, I would say. Something of amazing feat that requires only him to do.
Because I'm sure that
Mm-hmm.
There was a whole lot of people that wanted to see Mr. Terrific.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got Mr. Terrific and it wasn't Mr. Terrific.
Mm-hmm. I expect Marvel to do a little bit better, at least better than that. Way better than that, but better than that. Uh, uh, we don't talk about that, man.
Is it better to not have it at all or to get it and be disappointed in it?
Better not to have it at all.
I'm inclined to agree with that. But I think that with certain characters, I mean, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Kevin Graveau created. Okay, I mean, I dig that. I dig that. Kevin Graveau, he's a legitimate guy right there. Like that's a legit fucking guy right there, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. Blue Marvel, that's gonna be a long time from now, man.
Hey, I'm good with just give me comic books. Just give me comic books. Give me another good run. 10,
Mm-hmm.
8, 20 issues. Give me that. I'll shut up and be quiet. Just give me more of that. That's all I ask for. And that isn't very hard of an ask, especially because y'all ain't doing shit right now that's making money. So, do I have my wallet? If you want this right here,
On the way out, I do got a question for you, bro. How do you feel about How do you feel about hardware being announced that's coming to an end? How you feel about that?
I'm at. Okay, how much time you got? Because this
All
I
right, hey, look, no, get your shit off, bro. He said, "Brother Voodoo or Blue Marvel, who's got a better chance at?" Oh my God. I
Marvel,
think
brother Voodoo.
I think Brother Voodoo has a better chance of being seen as a cameo character somewhere than Blue Marvel.
I agree. No, I think they would go with Brother Voodoo. If the MCU still manages to stay together, I could see them doing.
If the Agatha Harkness thing actually took off, I could see Brother Voodoo in there. Brother Voodoo should have been on Legion,
Who
but
the
whatever. But anyways,
uh,
when
no,
Blue Marvel,
you when you first. Who the fuck is Brother Voodoo?
Black Comic Lords is gonna riot. Donovan, you know
Wait,
what you did there, bro. Nah, that's inside baseball right there. Black Comic Lords is gonna riot. All right,
no Blue Marvel, no ticket. Hey, uh,
well, hey, what I'm saying at the minimum, Black Comic Lords would have something to riot about, right? Publicly, at least.
mhm. Okay, back
Um,
to what I was gonna say. I'm mad at you. I said, Donovan, I'm mad at you because you predicted this way ahead of time, and I wanted to stay foolish and not believe you and hope that we would prevail, but you were right. I don't think this is good enough to last as far as the whole milestone universe. I don't think we're going. The best luck we could have is if, oh gosh, I don't want to say Tyler Perry. If somebody else bought them out and did something with them, realistically, because them being tethered to DC is not doing anything. Little winks and nods and pats on the back and a cameo here, a cameo there is not working for me. The last straw is if they do maybe an animated series. If they get that, they're probably not going to get that. But that's the only thing I could say that's really positive that maybe could work out. I think they're going to cancel all the books except for Static, and only because there'll be too much of an outcry for them to come back. Because I don't think, at least with the guard that we have now, they're not good enough.
get your shit off, man.
What they're doing
Go ahead.
isn't sufficient enough for us, and they're not reprinting the old issues fast enough because they only have like 2 books out for books that all have close to 50 issues. So you literally have to go and track them down old school, which I'm okay with that, but a regular ass person isn't going to be. So and then they're just not doing anything. There's no merch. There's no real reason for other people to care. So that's all I have to say. But I'm
Man,
mad at you,
listen,
Donovan, for being right.
listen, my man. He said it. He back in. I want to say this was either July or August of 2021, sometime in summer of 2021, man. You know what I mean? I was sauced up. He might have been a little sauced up, but he said cash fucking grab, and he wasn't wrong. Um,
I really
there
just wish
was,
somebody smarter would take over, man, because that's all they need is the right people in the right places.
I
Because
think
the
that
rest of the industry right now, we have my bad. The rest of the
no,
industry
go
we
ahead,
have
go
right
ahead.
now are really making good books with us in them.
This
But
is my take on this here, bro. I think that the unfortunate part of what the most unfortunate part of Milestone Comics being revitalized is that DC Comics seen an opportunity to try to be socially aware and in touch with real life events affecting Black people in America. And their vehicle of trying to make it clear that we sympathize or that we want to try to do something for your culture. So guess what? We're gonna bring back Milestone Comics, right? Our
mhm.
Genesis event for our new universe is gonna be based in real life events that are affecting people connected to trauma, connected to social issues, and that's gonna make you wanna buy our books because now we're in tune with what's going on, right? The problem with that is once you planted your flag and made that the basis of what it is that you're doing to sell your comic books, anything that doesn't go along those lines is gonna look terrible. It's not gonna like things are gonna start to fall apart once we get out of okay, these are black superheroes, and because they're black superheroes, every issue has to be related to them being black in America.
Right.
All right, hold on. He says the hard truth, the absolute truth, is that they always needed DC. They needed that partnership, and we know why. Hashtag heal heat. We're gonna get to that here in a second. I'm gonna just try to finish my point here. That's the main issue here. So if we rewind, and I'm sure Classic Milestone played into some of that too, but
Mhm.
I want to say that there's a little bit more subtlety in what it is that they were doing there. Yes, they were focusing on social issues, but the more important thing is letting black people know that there are superheroes that exist in this space.
And they don't act
Do
all like the same type of people.
yes, absolutely. In a way, a lot of what they put out early on was kind of patronizing, bro. Like,
Mhm.
and
I
there
agree.
was
I agree.
And
I
if DC Comics slash DC Entertainment actually gave a fuck about Milestone Comics in conjunction with them re-release, because putting out the fucking books wasn't enough. That
Mhm.
wasn't enough. If they actually cared about doing anything with that imprint, there would have been a push to do more than just printed fucking comic books. Printed comic books for these companies are their lowest priority. So of course we're gonna put Reggie Hudlin and Vita Ayala and attach their names to this just so that we can try to sell a couple books. If you gave a fuck about Milestone Comics as an imprint, you be doing more than just trying to put books together. And a documentary with Method Man. Fuck a documentary. Fuck that. Like,
A whack
there's so
ass
much.
one at that.
Fuck that, man. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. Like, get the thing straight up and down. Get out of here with that bullshit. Let's see the Black Sands Milestone Media merger. Man, listen,
Ooh,
dog.
don't. Ooh.
Look,
I only see that going two ways, brother.
no, because like that, like now we got to get into some shit here, man. We got to get into some shit here because I don't want to. I don't want to begrudge people trying to make efforts to make things
Of
happen,
course.
but there's a huge difference between classic Milestone Comics and modern day Milestone Comics. You know, I feel that Dwayne McDuffie had the cachet as a person who already had a reputation in the entertainment industry to move on his own accord and tell stories that that group of guys wanted to tell that were relevant to the audience that was buying those books. The difference now is that, in my personal opinion, somebody is being dictated to behind the scenes. Like, whatever they did with that rollout in 2021, to me, doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel as though the people who were working on those books had the level of input to make those come out the way that they did. And that's me giving the benefit of the doubt.
I would agree to an extent. I would agree.
And the problem is that I hope that I'm wrong, but I feel like, my bad. I hope that I'm right, but I feel like I'm wrong. Rest in peace, rest in power, Dwayne McDuffie. He played the game as best as he could and provided some of the best storytelling in the medium. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And a lot of that comes from, man, look, we don't got enough time tonight. We don't got enough time tonight, dog. Because I'm end up giving myself a headache. D. Smith, I'm going to say you're absolutely right. And Donovan was right all the way back in 2021. He was right back in 2021. I'm not going to knock some of the people who kind of went along and supported what they were doing. I'm not going to knock any of those brothers that went along with that. But I strongly disagree, man. Like, I disagree with a lot of that. Younger comic book fans that, man, look, I'm done. I'm done. I'm good, bro. I'm good. My bad. Okay. But yeah, Black Sands Entertainment, D. Smith. You got any thoughts on that? Because I sat through and watched. I watched the live that they did on their channel the other night.
I need to watch that. I see them but don't engage with them quite yet. Because he hasn't put something out that has wowed me yet, like some other people have. His stuff is good, but it isn't like, oh my God, good. Like, I need to buy this right now, good, and tell other people about it, type of stuff.
So I want to ask you this question here, D. Smith. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when you have a guy that is trying to be a public figure in addition to being a creator, he's a creator, but he's also a public figure at this point because he kind of has to be. I think that's where people kind of get rubbed the wrong way. Because at the beginning of that live, it was a lot of what he sounded very humble at the beginning. He was just pushing his product. These are the stories we're trying to tell. This is the market that we're trying to chase. This is footage from the video game that we're going to put out. Everything that we want to do to make good on our promises to the people that put their hard-earned money into this being what it is that we're trying to make it, right? And then towards the end of it is when we start to get into, well, nobody's got the deal that I got. When my anime comes out, I'm going to make $1 billion. Kevin Hart is no longer involved with Black Sands Entertainment. They wanted me to give up creative control. I'm not going to sell out to Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even curse until like the last half hour of that live, right? So what I want to say is this here. I respect anybody going out on the limb and trying to get it however they got to get it. I respect that, bro. I'm not overly familiar with Black Sands Entertainment. I know that there was a lot of drama that came up last year. I know he's not the most popular person within a lot of blurred spaces. I know he had smoke with Eric July as well. But overall, D. Smith, what is your take on everything going on with Black Sands right now, bro?
I don't pay attention to him entirely because I don't know. He hasn't made big enough moves that I feel like he still seems like he's stuck in the same place to me, honestly. Because his names is not pulling as fastly as like a other creator would be, and I don't know. I understand what he's doing. I understand where he wants to get at and where he wants to go, but tell me why I should pull for you.
Well,
I mean, I know why, but like, tell me why.
Right.
There's other people out here that are doing the same thing you're doing and gotten almost as close or as good enough close as you are, and
right. Okay.
I should be pulling for them a little bit more than you.
So this is kind of where I started thinking about a couple things here, right? He says during the live that he is not a fan of the comic book industry. He does not like comic books because of the way that the stories are told in comic books. He leans towards manga because it's one story, one timeline. They're telling a continuation of a story that has a starting point and an ending point. The turn off, the reason he's doing it is because he wants to tell stories about African culture, pre-colonization African culture. He's out to tell those stories, to try to push that into mainstream media. But he's trying to push it into mainstream media without the support of people who don't look like us.
Mm-hmm.
So on one end, you know why he's doing it, but on the other end of it, you start to wonder, like, you know what I mean? Is this possible? You don't want to doubt what he's doing, but you don't want to feel like you're wasting your time by investing in it either.
Exactly.
You know, I'm rooting for the brother. I'm rooting for him.
I am too.
It's uphill battle.
I will say I like Tuskegee Harris a little bit better, and I need more issues of that.
But that's definitely something worth keeping an eye on, man. But yeah, bro, we just hit 2 hours, man. It's been a while since we got to jump on here, bro. Man, you know, I think we might have some time to oh man. I think you don't care. Hey, listen, man. Hey, look, D. Smith just gave his honest opinion, man.
Tuskegee Harris is better. I'll say that.
All right. On that note, man, I'm glad we got to jump in and chop it up, man. I think not next week, maybe in about 2 weeks we'll be able to jump back on here, man. Shout outs to Donovan, shout outs to Charles, Orion, Majin, Cos Famous, the musical coming soon. Anybody that got to see what my guy was doing on this channel, you know what I'm saying, to actually incorporate this channel into the project that he has going on right now. That's amazing, man. Like, that's next level creativity. I'm glad that we got to sit in and look at that creative process of him directing talent, even getting some love in the comments, in the actual footage that's going to be used there. Shout outs to brother Charles, okingdomcome.com. You know what I'm saying? My boy got oh shit, my phone tipped over.
Shoot, man, don't be dropping me, bro. Don't be dropping me. Shoot, it's cold.
Man, I had the I had the bookmark here on the table, man. I think I might have took it upstairs. But you know what I mean, brother Charles, hopefully the merch is coming soon. Shout outs to Orion, brother out on the road, making home safe, money making Majin out there doing his thing. D. Smith, safe, you know what I mean? Stay safe out there. Glad you made it back home, man. We're gonna jump on here in about 2 weeks. Other than that, man, what else you got on the way out, D. Smith?
Nothing that you didn't say already.
All right, peace and love to everybody, man. Y'all stay safe. We out of here.